What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing great. I hope everybody had a great Christmas and a great holiday season. I know I did. It was a lot of fun. Got to see some family that I haven't seen in forever. But one thing that really ruined my holidays was yesterday the Chargers played the Texans, and me being the fan of them, they stunk the building up as bad as they could have. And I've got a theory here that we're going to talk about, and I want to know what you guys think. But first, if you enjoy this kind of content and if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. With getting that out of the way, now we can jump right into it. Justin Herbert. I still think he's top 5. That hasn't changed even after the game yesterday. But my theory here is that if he's not perfect, they've got no chance of winning. And we're going to look at his wins, like his stats, or his splits, I should say, in the wins and the losses. You guys see it right here on the screen. All this right here. This is what we're looking at. All the yellow. Okay. Anyway. Wins. We got 8 wins, obviously. We're 8-7 on the season, but he completes in the wins a little over 70% of his passes, 23 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. His rating is like 116, runs for like 22 yards a game, averages a few touchdowns in general. So he's basically perfect in those games. I think a perfect QBR is or perfect rating is like 158, but 116 is really, really elite. So, basically perfect in these wins, right? And then the losses. Let's look at the losses. We got 7 losses. 63% of his passes are completed to just 10 touchdowns and 11 interceptions, which obviously that's a huge flip of the switch for, we got the 23 touchdowns and 3 interceptions in the wins and 10 touchdowns and 11 interceptions in the losses. And then his rating is like 78.6. So we'll say 79 just to round it up and make it easy. But the rating difference, right? That's what I really want to focus on. The rating is, a difference of like 40 points almost. So that basically says because in the wins, he's basically perfect, that when he's not on that, the team isn't good enough around him to support, picking him up and just, because if you're not going to go very far in the playoffs, I believe that if your quarterback can't have just a good game or like a little bit of an average game, like if your team around him cannot step up and make the plays necessary in order to, pick up the slack that he might have had in a game. Because you really need, to go far in the playoffs, it can't just be one guy. You can't just be one guy really running the show and then, like a bad defense costing them. Like we've seen this happen to Mahomes in the, a couple of years that he hasn't won the Super Bowl. Last year, the O-line was horrible in the Super Bowl game, and Mahomes was great, but that wasn't enough, right? Not 2 years ago, I think 3 years ago, the defense was horrible. And Mahomes would have to put up basically like 40 points a game in order to have a chance. And he could do it, but you don't want to be living and dying that way. That's not the way to go. You're not going to be very successful in the long run for that. And as it's a little tangent here, the Chiefs figured that out. So they were like, we got to bolster up this offensive line. We got to protect him. We got to learn from our mistakes. So I'm hoping that the Chargers are going to learn from their mistakes in the draft and in free agency. Because personally, if they won the Super Bowl, would I be surprised? No, but I don't think they have the highest odds, and I wouldn't bet on it as a fan of the team. I wouldn't bet on it because I don't think that should be the goal this year. I think the goal should be getting into the playoffs and making some noise there and just going from there. I think that's the best thing for this. That's what the season should really be about. Like it's about growth. But this is my point here. The rating difference and the wins and the losses basically shows you if he's not on his game, they don't have a chance. So I want to see in the draft, hopefully they can shore up the right side of the line. He didn't get too much pressure from the Texans yesterday, but there was some. So I hope they shore up the right side of the line because I don't think they have the long-term answers there. And hopefully on the defense, they can really go at linebacker, corner, and D-line. Like all 3 levels need help. I would really, really like to see that because I like Derwin James and Nasir Adderley in the safeties back there. I think that's good. Michael Davis is good. He didn't play yesterday. Asante Samuel, really good player. I like that, but they need depth. They're severely lacking in that. And just yesterday, they were missing like 17 players or whatever it was to COVID, but I'm not going to I don't think that's an excuse right now because so many teams are missing that. The Texans were missing pretty much, I think they're missing more players, and they came out and they played like a team. They played like the team that was fighting for the playoffs. They didn't play like the team that had 4 wins, so it was really infuriating to watch, but if you guys, agree or disagree, let me know in the comments if you like my theory on this, that if he's not perfect, they don't have a chance, because I don't think that's not a recipe for success. but you can just look at the stats. It kind of tells you the whole story. That's just stats. I watch from the eye test, and I can just tell that, when he's not there, when he's not balling like he was in the Rose Bowl in college, or when he was basically anytime against the Chiefs, anytime, it's frustrating to watch, because I would just like them to be able to carry him every once in a while. He had the 2 interceptions. One of them, the first one, the deep ball, that was just a bad throw, flat out, no excuse. Bad throw, happens. The second one, tight end stops running his route. That's the second time this season that's happened, and both have had the same result. Same play. I'm pretty sure it was the same exact route happening against the Patriots. Pick 6, same thing. So it's just absolutely deadly to watch, them not be able to step up and really pick up the slack if he's having any. Because I still think he was good enough yesterday to win. Like they almost scored on like every possession that wasn't a turnover. So they got issues, but I'm still hopeful. There's still 2 games left, big games. And this is where I think these next 2 games, because they play the Raiders and the Broncos, if they don't win those games, that's the stamp on the season. And then they didn't belong in the playoffs anyway. But hopefully they can get their guys back. Like I said, COVID's I don't think it's an excuse anymore. So many teams are dealing with it. Hopefully they can get their guys back and get healthy for these last couple games, and then maybe jump into the playoffs and make some noise. But because I really think he'll probably be a baller in the playoffs. He's clutch as can be. It just sucks for me for when I'm watching him, and it's like he's playing good, but he's not great, and they don't have a chance. So, yeah, like I said earlier, if you guys have an opinion or a difference of opinion on this theory, let me know in the comments. I really love hearing this stuff because, what's the thing? It's like two brains is better than one. So, whatever your guys' thoughts are on their struggles, I want to hear it. I want to know. And lastly, like the video if you enjoyed this, and if you're new, subscribe. I really appreciate it. Everybody, hope you have a great rest of your day or night whenever you're seeing this, and I'm going to be done here. Peace.